Oh, hello. Today we're going to talk about space. Page space. Page space is an important consideration when you're writing a comic book because most comic books only have 22 pages. A lot of comic books now only have 20 pages. Now, page length varies. There are all kinds of different page lengths. Backup stories are usually about 10 to 7 pages, so that's even shorter. That's not very much space to tell a complete story, compelling story. What you really need to remember is that every panel in your comic book should only have 25 words. So 25 words isn't very much. Most times if you really need to convey a lot of information in one panel, you're going to have to edit down the amount of words in that panel and either put some of that information into other panels or cut a lot of words out of what you're saying in those in that panel and cut it down to being said in a shorter way. That's if you, if you add up all the dialogue from everything, including the captions and the word balloons and the thought balloons and all the words in that one panel, it should all add up to 25 words or less. This is a rule that Alan Moore sticks to and most comic book writers stick to. And if you see more than 25 words in a panel, you're probably going to notice it and think that that panel looks very wordy. The reason that you want to only have 25 words in the panel is not just for the flow of the story, it's also for the artwork, because more words than that are going to obscure the artwork and they're going to cram everything together and cover up the characters and all that bad stuff. Every page of your comic book should have around 5 panels. Now you can have as many or as few panels on each page, but a good number to try to hit is an average of 5 panels per page. That's a good amount that the artist has room to draw whatever's going on in the story, and you have room to communicate your dialogue and everything with 5 panels per page, and the page doesn't look too crammed. I would say the most panels you want to get up to is about 9 panels per page. Now you can go over this, but 9 panels is probably about the most you can comfortably put on a page. If you have more action on the page, you want to use less panels so that the artist has more room to draw and can go into more detail and make the action look more dynamic and give the reader more of a spectacle. But if you have one panel on a page, it's called a splash page, and many people, especially today, overuse the splash page. You want something very important or very cool looking to use a splash page. And I would say really conserve your splash pages and really make it something that needs a splash page. Now, a lot of people use, especially back in the old days, and now, a lot of people use splash pages as the first or second page of their story, so that you kind of get people in with a big panel. You can put more captions on a splash page, obviously. You can put more than 25 words on there if you want. A lot of splash pages don't have anywhere near 25 words, which makes me kind of crazy, unless it's a really cool action scene, which a lot of times it's not. It just seems like a wasted page as a reader. So I would stay away from the splash page. But if you want to put use the splash page as the title page, also you have more room for credits and more room for the title, and you can do a big image to draw people in. You can do that, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to put splash pages in your comic. There's no rule on that. But those are some guidelines for you as you're writing your comic book.